I just hit the lotto, yeah, and I use a quick pick. I racked up all the millions quick, yeah, now it's time to make an exit.
Welcome back to the Specific Person channel. I'm your host SP, and I've designed this channel to help you guys become what is specifically required to obtain everything that's personally desired. If you're not a current subscriber, do me a favor, click the subscribe button. Do yourself a favor too, that way you can get more of this content. And if you like this style of content, without all the noise of course, give me a thumbs up. And if you have any comments or questions pertaining to what is discussed in this video, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And if you need help manifesting anything, love, success, wealth, optimum health, make sure to get my new guide, Manifesting the New You. A simple guide to manifesting is available on Amazon. A link for it is in the description section below. And while you're there, you might as well get the companion journal. Or if you just need a new journal, the link for that is in the description section as well. And both are available on Amazon. And if you need encouragement or you need inspiration, you need to stay motivated while manifesting a rekindle romance or a new romance with your crush, or, you know, whatever SP you have, make sure to click on the playlist. Manifesting Music is here on YouTube. And it's also available. Each song is available on every single streaming platform: Spotify, Apple Music, you know, all of them, Tidal, yeah, so all the major streaming platforms, it's available. And the links are for those are also in the description section as well. Now this one I'm talking about something that I noticed today as I was letting the family member practice driving. And so today they were more hesitant than the previous sessions of them driving. And I'm like, okay, so what's going on with you? And it's just like, basically what it boiled down to is that they were severely overthinking. And you know, sometimes, man, we can affect ourselves by just overthinking too much, man. We just think that, you know, like we're trying to prevent something, but really we are preventing something. We're preventing our progress. We're impeding our flow. Because earlier, like as they were driving, they were trying to get over in the right lane and they were in the left lane, and the left lane was going to turn into a turn left only lane. So, you know, they were stuck right there. And they were looking to get over, and I'm just sitting there, I'm looking, because at first there was this truck that was moving a little bit too slow, and then the truck finally started moving up ahead, and the truck is like way down the street at this point. So they're still sitting there, and there's like, you know, cars like way behind. So there's a good foot of, I mean, there's like a lot of clearance for them to get over and keep going. And I'm just like, what are you doing, man? You're impeding the flow of traffic. And they're like, well, I'm waiting because I don't want to get into an accident. I was like, do you see how much room you have? Like, look behind you. Like, all you gotta do is look over your shoulder, see how much room you have. Like, you got plenty of room. Stop overthinking. I was like, why are you in your head so much? Well, I don't want to cause an accident, I want to be careful. And I'm like, well, you trying to be too careful, you're going to cause an accident. By you wanting to be too careful to avoid an accident, you know, like, make it make sense. Like, it doesn't make sense, you know, because sometimes in life we could be like that, where we play it too safe to where we impede stuff and we actually make shit worse by us not, you know, throwing caution to the wind a little bit, by us not, you know, getting outside of our heads, you know, not being in our heads so much, you know, we like we do more damage, or we impede the progress by us not doing something in opposition to fear. Because sometimes we can let fear cripple us so much that we'll be so afraid that we'll be too cautious and we'll want to play it too safe. And the thing about life is it has to be a balance. You can't play it too safe, but at the same time, it's not a good idea to be too risky either. So you got to have a fine balance. You got to have a medium, you know, meeting ground of the two to balance it out. And there is when you will find your true success. But if you're busy playing it too cautious, if you're busy not wanting to risk anything, and I'll talk to other people, you know, younger people, you know, family members, where they don't want to move out of their parents' home because they're like, oh, what if I be homeless? I don't want to be homeless. Or, oh, I don't want to have to move back in. And I was like, that you thinking like that is going to keep you stuck there. And you're complaining about how you need your own space and you're tired of doing this and you're tired of doing that. But you complaining but having that fear is not going to get you anywhere. So you got to throw that fear aside. And even if you fail, at least you will learn something. You will gain some type of experience from failing, from bumping your head a few times until you figure it out. But by you overthinking it, and letting fear keep you sidelined, keep you out of the game, then you're going to do more harm than good. So I just really think that, we all should take a step back and realize, like, what areas in our lives are we playing it too cautious? Or are we being too careful? Are we letting fear get the best of us? Because there are some things to where I was really fearful about a lot of things, but as you see now, I'm just being me, man. I'm just expanding. I'm ascending into who I need to be. I don't care what anybody else thinks. I don't care if somebody feels offended. If somebody feels offended by me expressing my truth and living my truth, and it's something within themselves that they need to fix. There's a problem within them, not me. So, and that's what people need to realize too. Oftentimes, like, we'll overthink because we'll be afraid of what other people would think. So we'll overthink because we're afraid of what other people think. It's like, man, you can't live like that. What kind of life is that? That's not really life, is it, So, and like for the longest time, I used to overthink when I started getting gray hair. I used to overthink, like, oh no, man, what are these people going to think? They're going to think I'm old and blah, blah, blah. But then I just stopped caring, man. And as you see, with my beard, I don't care. Doing me, man. I'm living a fantastic, excellent A++ life. I'm operating in my true version, my true energy, my authentic, genuine self. So I don't have time to play it safe. I don't have time to care what this person thinks. I don't have time to worry about offending this person or that person by living my truth, by expressing myself, by being freely flowing in the energy, and oftentimes in life, man, we can have, personality clashes, or we can end up causing friction with another person by us trying not to have tension or have friction with another person. So we start walking on eggshells, because we don't want to offend this person. But if they're offended, it's not your problem, it's theirs. If they're offended by your truth and who you actually are, and it's their problem. So bottom line is what I'm saying is that in all areas of your life, it's good to exercise a little bit of caution, to be a little careful, just balance it out. Take a little bit of risk too, get that nice balance, that sweet spot. Once you get to that point, then that's when you'll see like true results. That's when you'll see things really start to pop off, really start to jump off how they need to jump off. But while you still busy, riding the sideline because you're afraid, or you busy walking on eggshells because you're afraid, because sometimes too, I want to put this out there too, for the people that are manifesting SPs, or the people that are working jobs that they're afraid to lose, sometimes, or the people that are looking to keep the SPs, once they see movement, then they'll start to be too cautious and they'll start to walk on eggshells, so to speak, to keep this person in their lives. And then they get into this fear-based mindset. It's like, oh, I better keep doing this or I'm going to lose them. No, just be you, because whoever you are, if they're really attracted to you, if your manifestation is really working, then you being you is going to attract them even more. It's going to make them even more into you. And it's just like, if you're worried about losing a job, right, and you're walking on eggshells, maybe you shouldn't have that job. Maybe it's something greater for you, right? Maybe it's something bigger, grander, a bigger thing, but your vision is so limited, you're not seeing the full picture. You're just seeing that one little portion. So you have to expand yourself. That's why you can't play it too safe. That's why you can't be too careful. You have to balance it out. You have to have a little bit of risk. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of risk. Just like lottery winners, right? You have to have risk to play the lotto, because if you're working on manifesting, oh, I'm a lottery winner, but you never play, how's that going to happen, right? So you got to take some risk. You're like, oh, but I don't want to get hooked to gambling. You don't. Balance it out. Or like when like people are doing exercise and they're pushing themselves to limits that they never pushed themselves to before, to lose weight or to get to a certain optimum health. They're like, oh, I want to push myself too hard. Well, don't think like that. Don't think like I'm pushing myself too hard. Just push yourself enough to where you start to feel the benefit. You start to see the improvement. Because sometimes, man, we just be in our heads too much. Like, bottom line, man. And, you know, I'm guilty of that too. I'm not gonna lie. Like, man, there have been plenty of times when I've been in my head too much and I made stuff worse by me being in my head too much, by me trying to be too cautious, by me not wanting to offend this person, not wanting to offend that person, not wanting to cause this or cause this, that, cause this or cause that to happen. And bottom line is I made it worse, and I made the stuff happen that I was trying to prevent by me wanting to avoid the stuff, by me doing different things to be cautious to avoid those problems. They happened anyway, and they happened worse, or they happened exactly like how I feared. Because I gave energy to that fear. I nurtured that fear. I grew that fear until that fear took over me, until that fear became something in the reality that was tangible, which was the resulting outcomes that I was trying to avoid. So what I'm saying, I'm gonna wrap it up here, but stop living so cautiously. Stop overthinking. Get out of your head sometimes, just go with the feeling, go with your heart. Stop going with your head so much. Balance it out. Have a meeting between the two. Because like they say, when you manifest and when you truly bring something into this 3D existence, into your life, it's when your feelings and your thoughts are congruent and they meet. So you gotta get out your head a little bit, get in your heart a little bit, let the two meet. And that's when you'll see true results. So till next time, guys, keep loving your heart. Peace on your path. SP out.